All right, here's my closing argument. This tweet was bad for you, Mr. President. Here it is. The summit with Russia was a great success. Nobody thinks that. Except with the real enemy of the people, the fake news media.
You are fake news.
News media. This is ugly and it is unoriginal. But most importantly, it is an admission that you hate your country. That you hate your country.
I didn't have to do this, believe me. There's nothing easy about it. But I had to do it. I love our country. I love the people of our country. And I felt I had to do it.
You hate your country.
I didn't get elected to serve the Washington media or special interests. I got elected to serve the forgotten men and women of our country, and that's what I'm doing.
That you hate your country.
And I love this country. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That you hate your country. How so? Here's the case. You know this phrase was an operative threat to murder opposition in the French Revolution, right? You know Khrushchev identified the phrase as part of a campaign to annihilate individuals, literally, who disagreed with the supreme leader. His predecessor, Stalin, used it specifically with artists.
So they want to pretend like they want to spend time with me. So they'll come in to my office and they'll pat me, you know, and say, "Hey, Daddy, I love you." And they'll give me like a 10-minute conversation. And then they'll say, "Okay, Daddy, I got to go. I'll be gone all weekend. And I'll see you on Sunday night."
Is that what the dog's about? The new dog?
I think there is an element for Michelle and me of, you know,
that threatened his narrow views of humanity. Did you know that Mao used it during his murderous campaigns? America, the country you lead, was formed in defiance of strong men. Strong men, bullies, and the idea that might makes right. A free press is a metaphor for what makes America great.
Just a journalist indeed. You're so much more than that, Chris.
Admit it, that you are against what we are all about. And the real problem now is for you to convince people that you don't hate what makes America truly great. I know in the past you've tried to play that you respect the media and that you know we're important. You know, like you said that when a bunch of us got murdered. But it didn't take long to come back to this. I knew you didn't lower those flags after the Maryland newspaper shooting right away for a reason.
President Donald Trump ordered flags at all federal properties flown at half-staff or half-mast in honor of the 5 people who were gunned down at the Capital Gazette newspaper in Annapolis. The president issued his order after a request by Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley. Lowering flags is a way to show respect. It's generally reserved for the death of a principal of the United States government or the governor of a state, possession, or territory. But the White House says President Trump ordered the flags lowered as soon as he learned of the mayor's request.
A reason. Just like you won't really own how Russia did the U.S. dirty in the election. Why? Because you see things through the lens of what is good for you in these matters. So right now, you want people to hate us. But as the old expression goes, you point a finger at someone else, and there are 3 pointing back at you and a thumb that's kind of nowhere, depending on where you put it. But that's not the point.
Let's keep watching.
The point is, to say Putin isn't the enemy, the free press is, doesn't worry me. I know the truth. I've traveled the world, and I know our media is envied and perhaps the best check against the abuse of power that can lead to a Stalin or a Mao. The real worry should be for you. Do you really think the people will keep a president who hates what their country is all about?
Donald Trump is going to be our president.
Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
Elected to serve the Washington media